Hello, everybody. Today we have a very special guest with us, one of my favorite actresses and a fabulous and inspiring human being, Sonali Bendre. Sonali, thank you so much for joining us. You have been such an inspiration, such a source of positive energy, and your hashtag Switch On the Sunshine says it all. I'd like to start by reading one of your quotes that really touched my heart. I allowed myself to cry, to feel the pain, to indulge in self-pity, but for a short while. Feeling negative emotions isn't wrong, but after a point, identify it, recognize it, and refuse to let it control your life. You have no idea how many times this has been a source of motivation or sort of, just picked me up when I've had a really bad day. Tell us about your journey.
First of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. It's lovely to have, women like you actually take up and do something like this, because there's a certain audience you are addressing. At least there are conversations on very, very important topics that are happening. And the quote that you read out, it just brought back memories, and there were a lot of layers to it always, because it's the pain and the trauma and all of that. That, of course, is at the top of the line. And then there was a very conscious decision that I'm not going to lie about what I'm going through, but I'm not going to be whining and crying about it all the time, because you know what? Hey, this has happened, and how do I pick myself from here? So it's not going to be a rosy picture, because it's not, but I will feel it and then move on from there. And that was the feeling, and I just had to put that out to say that this is how it is. Yes, you feel it, everybody does, and you feel it and you move on from there. And that's where I was coming from, where this quote was concerned.
But Sonali, it's not always easy for people to stay positive like you did. So how did you find that inner strength when you were going through so much physical pain, mental stress? What helped you?
This has also been a journey. Because the positivity that was there while I was going through the treatment was different. There have been phases, so there have been waves of it. So it's up and down, definitely. And, there are times when it is easy to keep it going. And there are times when you have to really reach very, very deep inside and yet not find it.
Right.
I think what happens is that we give physical health all the attention.
It gets a priority.
All the importance.
True.
And we just don't talk about mental health, but it has to be balanced and it has to go hand in hand.
Yes.
You cannot survive the physical trauma unless your mind is strong. In this path, I find the physical bit still has a lot of support system, and hence we can deal with it. But mental health is not something that anybody talks about. And 2020 has been that kind of a year, and it took a lot to kind of go in there. And I came to a point where I realized, and I said, I need help. And I went through counseling, and it was amazing to have gone through it, because I could go through it and I could reach the other side,
It helped you.
Yes, it did. Completely
and that's
me.
what's amazing, Sonali, because we're living in a country where there are so many taboos and so many stigmas, and women just do not speak up, right? And here you are, after going through everything that you did, you are speaking about cancer and your journey, you are speaking about mental health and how you sought counseling.
Yes.
What made you want to speak up when so many others, and definitely not celebrities, are speaking about such difficult topics?
Talking about cancer bit, when I come to it, it didn't start off like I want to talk about cancer. It started off because I didn't want gossip around what was going on. I knew I was shooting for a show at that point of time. My sudden disappearance from it would be noted. There would be talk about it. I was working with people whom I enjoy working with. I didn't want something like, oh, is there a fight? You know how I didn't want something negative like that. The other thing I didn't want was speculation around it, which would, because it always comes back and, the family gets affected. So it was more like I just wanted the narrative to be mine.
Right.
Best thing about social media, I could tell my story as it is, without it being colored by somebody else's vision.
It was authentic.
It was just about putting it out that, hey, this is what is going on in our
But you didn't
life.
stop at that, Sonali.
So that's what I'm coming
You
through.
continue doing so much more.
Because, when I put that first post out, the response that we got was so shocking.
Okay.
And so many people came out, and it was from all strata of the society. They were young, old, rich, poor, village, city, because of the way the fan base is and the people that the way they reached out. And when I read those comments, I said, hey, I didn't know this was, I thought cancer will not happen to me.
Right.
It happens to somebody. I am educated, I am exposed, I am aware, yet I thought of it like that. But when I read so many comments, and because it was on social media and people didn't know, and they said, I went through it, I didn't even tell my mother about it. Somebody said, we went through it and we kept it away from rest of the society. And there were so many people talking about it, and it was like an outpouring. And that it was like, oh my God. We sat back and literally, we spoke about it. Goldie, me, my girls. We were like, my God, I didn't realize there was so much inside. And, this is not such a unique situation after all. So many people have gone through it. I'm not so special after all. So then I decided that, so I decided that, what? I'm glad I spoke about it. And because I could share it, I had my family supporting me, I had my friends supporting me. And I said, what, this is something that people have not been talking about. So I think I owe it to talk more about my journey. I would also like to add, for the way my disease was, if I had detected it earlier.
That's a great point.
Early detection saves lives.
Right.
It's a fact, because had I detected it earlier, I needn't have gone through all that I went through. It just needs to be detected on time. And at the earlier stage, it's so curable and so doable. And your body doesn't need to go through all the trauma that it's gone through. Yes, we've not mastered the act of we know how to get over, like how you take care of certain other diseases.
Right.
We haven't reached a cure, so to say. But it's, medicine has made such amazing progress. You have targeted therapies. You have so many ways that you can deal with it. Everything doesn't have to be kill everything in sight.
Right.
Which is what I had to go through.
Right.
So the collateral or the side effects can be minimized. The other thing taboo that we as women, however educated we are, we don't talk about is going and looking at the women's health, which is going to a gynecologist on time. You put it off, you put off going for what is your checkup.
Absolutely.
And most women do that. Educated women do that. I think that also was a very important thing when you talk about taboo
Going
things.
for your normal checkups. Annual checkups and making that a must.
And also just conversations about your vagina, conversations about your uterus, about your ovaries. We don't talk about it.
We don't.
It's just unsaid. And I felt that hesitation. So can you imagine that woman who is in the village or who is not so educated, how much hesitation she's going to be feeling about it? If I can bring awareness to it, I definitely want to be a part of and encourage it. And, we all need to pay attention to ourselves and, treat ourselves with love, put ourselves first. These are all those conversations. So it's not just about cancer or mental health, or just women's health, but just women, I think, need to put ourselves, just give ourselves that little importance. It's too much of a social conditioning to put ourselves after everybody else.
Very true. Sonali, coming back to your journey, you said a very beautiful point that I never thought this will happen to me.
Yep.
Right? So what was your first reaction, or how did you actually end up detecting that you had cancer, and then what were some of the things you felt like collaterals that could have been avoided with early detection?
There are various ways that you say that cancer happens because of this, because of that. There are different things that you talk about. So most of the time we feel that cancer is something that happens because of your lifestyle. And so to say, like everybody said, even doctors mention that but your lifestyle is not like that. I eat healthy. I don't abuse my body. So, technically in that sense, even the doctor mentioned that you are not a candidate.
Right.
But that is so wrong. Cancer is genetic. The moment families hide the fact that there is cancer, you're not preparing your next generation for it.
Absolutely.
Now, if you know it is there in your family, you're going in for regular testing, you will detect it early. And that's why you need to talk about it. So the first thing that we did as a family was that my sisters got in touch with all our extended family in various parts of the world and said, hey, this is what has happened. You know what? Everybody needs to get tested. If you are prone to it, you know that you need to look out for something. And if you're not prone to it, you know you're fine. And when we got in touch with the extended families, we realized that there have been 3 to 4 cases which the family has never spoken about.
And had you known about it, you would have probably been better prepared.
Absolutely.
Which is such an important point, because if genetics is going to play such an important role it's a responsibility of the family members, at least in that environment, to have that kind of candid sharing of facts.
Absolutely.
That's a very good point.
Because if you were aware of it, we say that, oh, in my family nobody has it. How
Yes.
could I get it? Kind of.
Yes.
So that's why it was like a bolt from the blue. When I spoke about it, my husband actually sent me an article which had come out in one of the papers. I don't remember which paper it had come out in. But the testing levels had just shot up and women had just gone in to get themselves tested.
After you spoke?
Yes, after
That's
I spoke.
fantastic.
It was like a record testing levels that had gone in. And I cannot tell you how many women have come up and said, when we read, we got scared, we went. And you know what? We detected it early and, you know, I didn't have
And
to
it
go
helped
through
them.
chemo. Yes, they didn't have to go through chemotherapy. All they had to do was, you know, sort it out right at the beginning stage and they were fine after that. And there were so many who have reached out and told us because they had gone in for early detection.
Another inspiration that I saw on your blog, which was about chemotherapy.
Yeah.
And when you lost your hair, and you so candidly and proudly put up beautiful pictures with your beautiful bald head, and you have spoken about it, you know, with such positivity. And if I may quote, saying that, oh, I had this really straight hair, and now I've got these brilliant waves that I've wanted all my life, right? So I loved the way you put such a positive spin to that whole
But you know,
experience.
as a woman, you'll know, the
Yes.
moment you have straight hair, the straight-haired women want curly hair and the
Yes.
curly-haired women always want straight hair.
Always.
So for me, in this
it's not
lifetime,
just the hair, Sonali, it's with everything, right?
so for me, in my lifetime,
Yes.
I've got the best of both the
There
worlds,
you
I
go.
would say.
See, something so positive came out of it, right?
Yeah. Well, so the thing is, I'm a Maharashtrian and we don't really do mundan for girls.
Right.
So I've never really had, and I was born with a head full of hair. Like my mother tells me my hair was right down to my neck, you know, when I was born. So I was like, okay, we'll know if there's a dent somewhere or what is the situation. You know, my friends said that, you know, shall we keep it? We'll make it into a wig and everything. I said, no, I don't want. It's not meant to be right now. I'm not supposed to have it. I've had this hair all my life. It's okay. It was more important for me to turn the page and accept what is today, because if I don't accept it, I'm not going to move on. I'm going to keep holding on to the past, and I really didn't want to do that. So we went through and I said, you know what, let's have fun. Also because I've done every hair product possible because of the hair that I
Yes.
had, and you know, because of the profession that I was in, the look was always important. You know, Indian movies had the actor
The
looking a
stereotype
certain, there was
of
a
the
certain way
long hair.
that you know, you looked. So
Yes.
what had happened was that through all this time you couldn't just go and experiment with your hair because there were so many things. When you did hair products, you were under contract to keep it a certain way, etc., etc. So I was like, here I am free, with nobody can stop me, and I can have fun with my hair.
Yes.
The beauty of short hair is that
Yeah.
a lot of time, I don't know why, especially in India, we think short hair is not feminine. And I just think that there can be, you know, short hair can be so feminine also.
Of course.
And I just want to try all those various looks to prove that I can be very feminine with my short hair.
But what are other positive changes or, you know, things that have really transformed you as a person?
Well, you know, I'm sure a near-death experience always changes.
Of course.
When the doctor said 30% chances, okay, so we will make it or we will not make it. And I wanted to, you know, I actually wanted to beat up the doctor when he said that. I was like, you know, what the hell do you mean by 30%?
Yes.
I mean, you know, here I am yesterday planning my 30 years, and suddenly today you sit there, say 30% chances, you might
Yeah.
make it, you might not. So how much time do I have? I don't know. It could be 6 months, it could be, you know, 3 months, or it could be a year. You don't know.
Absolutely.
So suddenly it's like everything and every second you start counting it.
Yes.
So that's why the hashtag one day at a time. And
Yes.
that's what my Goldie told me. He said, you know what? Let's just take one day at a time and deal with it. And the moment you go through one day, suddenly it doesn't feel like such a big thing, you know. So instead of thinking, how will my next week go? If I say, oh, let me just get through today and I'll deal with tomorrow, it just becomes a bit easier. The other thing I realized was the beauty in imperfection.
Right.
Because you're only constantly looking for perfection. So be it the bald head, be it the 22-inch scar across my body, it's not perfect, but I think there's a beauty in it. The other thing that was also that half the time we just wait and we say, oh, we all say somebody else will change the world, or one day we will change the world.
Yeah.
again, because of one day at a time, you realize that there is no one day, it is today. And the other thing is that the moment you look at, change of the world, you start feeling, nobody else is going to do it. There's no point in me doing it. This is not going to happen. Forget it. And the drive is over. Rather than that, if this is the issue, what is it that I can do on a daily basis?
Right.
And the moment you do that, you realize it's a drop. So it doesn't matter. I can't. The ocean is going to remain the ocean. But you know what? This drop is mine and this is what I can do. And
this is the best I can do to make an impact.
Yeah. And you know what? I can help 4 people.
Yes.
I can't help 400.
Yes.
I don't have the bandwidth for it. And I don't need to tom-tom it and tell everybody this is what I'm doing. What I can do genuinely is help 4 people. They are in my environment. Let me genuinely, from the core of my heart and thoroughly look after the 4 people. Let them go out and look after 1 or 2 more.
That is beautiful. My head is reeling because if I were to make a list, I can see all these bullet points of all these key takeaways that you've given. But if I still had to ask you for like this one last message, and you depict sunshine. When I look at you, you're beautiful inside and out, right? You are sunshine.
A lot of people might not agree with
No, you are sunshine. I'm telling you that. I can
My
feel
son is
it.
not going to agree with you at this point of time. And he's like,
Sons and husbands must not be asked this question. But how do you switch on the sunshine, Miss Sonali Bendre?
sunshine for me has been my support system. Really, it would be very difficult for me to switch on the sunshine if I didn't have the support that I've had. I've had just the most amazing support system that's been going for me. Family, friends, be it my child, even on social media and everything, I would say it's a support system.
Oh, that's wonderful. And on that, we have a very special guest with us today. Gayatri, can we have you here?
Oh.
And Gayatri has been Sonali's rock solid support system.
Yes, absolutely.
And I just love the sisterhood.
This is the COVID.
It heals.
Physical distancing.
Yeah.
Physical distancing.
Social distancing love, let's call it that.
No, but this is so beautiful. When I was talking to her before we started shooting about you, I could just sense that love, that bonding. And like I said, sisterhood is healing, it's therapeutic. I'd love to hear from you, Gayatri, about how you were there for Sonali. And of course, Sonali, please chime in. I'm just going to love watching the two of you.
I want to.
The two beauties, my two Maharashtrian beauties.
No, I'm very happy that we can, and when we were actually going through the whole thing, we always said that, one day we're going to look back at this time. And I'm so happy that today we can look back at this time, So there was no question of like not being there, because it's like, you're never ready for a situation like this. And when it's thrown at you, and all we knew is that she had to get the best at that time and in the fastest way possible, because there is no compromise on that. And there's no question of not being there. So I really don't know how else to say that,
So when we are sitting there and we're saying, okay, now, and literally, because for me, we get there and, we are sitting here, Vikas and Gayatri, Goldie and me, we are sitting there and Goldie said, this is what we've done. And we're all looking like devastated. I said, in 2 days, I think, a week, I need to organize the house. And Gayatri just stood up. The house is not going to fall apart in a week.
Exactly.
You need to go yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to hear any of this rubbish.
Oh my
Stop
God.
it. You are leaving at once. And I'm like,
yeah, she had no say. She had no say in the matter.
Aren't you really glad she was there to
of
do
course.
that?
Yeah.
No, she had no say in the matter, and I think things fall in place. Like, we had some good friends there who also helped us facilitate the
Yes,
appointment.
absolutely.
She literally got the best. So, I think just to know that you are in safe hands, and it's from now on, it's only, uphill. That was like the important feeling that we all needed to have. So,
So, and at that time, when you are a bit fuzzy in your brain,
she was totally fuzzy.
having someone with that
Agreed.
clarity of thought, holding your
Yes.
hand and say, hey, for once, just sit back
Yes.
and let me take care
Yeah,
of you.
yeah,
I think
no,
that's what she did as
No,
a
she
friend
was
for you.
totally fuzzy, but she didn't resist. She trusted us,
Right.
which also was very important. You know, she could say that, no, but my child, oh, you don't get it. You know, like, there
Yes.
could be many emotions and
But
there could
that's
be many
because,
ways.
it's I can feel it. I mean, the
Yeah,
connect
yeah,
that you
yeah,
two have is
exactly,
so
yeah.
deep. How many years
So-
have you known each other?
You know, actually, we found ourselves a bit later.
Exactly, yeah.
It doesn't seem like it.
You know, just when you always feel that
You could be sisters.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
You look
Yeah.
so, you know,
Yeah.
your
we always
frame, you
say
look
that
so
we're soul
alike.
sisters.
Yeah,
Yes,
know,
you
we
are.
always say that. I
And
think
we've
there's
got it
definitely-
all the time. Like, you know, when someone would put makeup for me or, oh, you know, aap bahut Sonali Bendre jaise dikhte hai.
Yeah,
Like,
I was
I'd
just
always
gonna say
heard it. And of course, we met later in life,
And
but
you know, people we knew also would always say, you know, you both will get along. So we've had that
Exactly.
happening in our
People
lives.
could feel that you know,
Yeah,
these
yeah,
are two
yeah.
women who belong together.
Yes.
Something like that, you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
So eventually, when we did, it was just such an instant connect. And you know, you always feel that that's in childhood friendship,
Yes.
or when you've known somebody for a really long time.
Yes.
So you come to a point where I was really not expecting to make this kind of a friend, because you think, okay, ban gaye the, jo dost banne the, that sort of a zone. And here it was, and this was a surprise, and it was so beautiful. And I would say that, you know, the sisterhood that we have, and it's not just Gayatri, even the other friends that we have, we're all sort of different, and we all have our weakness and we all have our strength. And the beauty is, like you said, that sisterhood is very, very important. The bonding is very,
Very
important.
true.
And that is something that is we really cherish and we hold on to.
Yeah.
But tell me, Gayatri, I mean, you know, both of you are very positive women. I mean, I've known you for a while. You're one of the nicest, warmest, most positive women I know. I mean, you just are a pleasure to be around. But other than your own inherent positivity, how did you help her in her not so positive moments? And what is a message you'd like to give to friends, other friends, in terms of how they can support their friends going through a rough time?
You know, I would say this period that we went through, there was more learning, more than like, oh, this is how I need to be and this is what I need to say to Sonali to make her feel better today. There was nothing rehearsed in that sense, you know. It was something that, like I said, we just had to be there for each other. I think if she showed her fears, she showed her fears. You know, even so that vulnerability was there.
Yes.
For sure. But at the same time, like I said, it was a learning for me more than us supporting her, because she knew that, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. And I think literally she helped us help her. You know, it was like that. It was really like
Yes.
that. You know, it was not really like, oh my God, now let me, you know, put all my energy and positivity and go and put it on her. It was not like that. She was just ready. She was ready to heal. She was ready to receive love.
Also,
Right?
not just physically present. What
Mentally.
is very important is that, you know, bringing the right energy.
Yes.
Correct.
Which
Yes.
is what she did. And
Yes.
my girlfriend, what
Yeah.
they did was that there was no pity.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know, that
Yeah,
would have not
agreed.
made me feel
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Or
Yes.
there was no. I mean, there are times people who are like, you know, oh my God, what are
all
you
that.
going
Yeah,
through?
You don't want any of that.
Oh, and they walk into the door and oh my God, I'm like,
Yeah.
get out
Exactly.
right now.
Exactly, yeah.
Don't come to me with this pity
Yeah.
and with sympathy
Yes,
because you're pulling
yes.
me down, and I
Yes.
don't need that
Yes.
now. I
Yeah.
need positive energy and I need strength, because you're going to be sapping up my energy.
Absolutely.
Just leave. I've actually been so rude with some people.
And that's what I mean, that, you know, I mean, to your credit, it's you and the other girlfriends around her that brought that positive vibe
They came,
out in her.
She
you know?
came with that energy.
Yes.
She was always calm, and she came with, okay, so how shall we sort this out? Okay, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see how we can
Yeah.
deal with this. And she's always helped me look at the positive
Yes.
side of it, you
Yes.
know, because of course there are
But that's
times when
Gayatri.
it's
That's Gayatri for you.
you know, I remember Gayatri's line.
Yeah.
Sonali, right? I'm like excited about something or whatever. You know, her favorite line,
Yeah.
Sonali, now is not the time for the high and the low. I need you to be a plateau right
Oh
now.
my God.
I remember that line which she always.
I think this episode is a record in terms of quotable quotes.
You need to
Yeah.
be a plateau. You don't want the high, because even if I'm happy, she's
Yeah.
like, calm down. Because,
Yeah.
you know, you see it. When there's
Yeah.
a high, there's always a low after
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
And then,
So I didn't want her to go through any kind of disappointment.
yes, the
or
roller
like,
coaster
yeah,
of
exactly,
emotions.
Just be and
Yeah.
just like be in the moment.
and
Yes.
when you think about what she said,
Yes.
it is so true, because you
is.
know what? The moment, it's bound to happen when you go into the high. After that, when you come, it's not a low, but you
True.
feel like it's a low.
True.
And when with what I was going through, any sort of a going lower would have sunk me lower.
Yes,
So
yes.
she would caution me, and when I was at my happiest, that listen, calm down. Don't go so high up.
Yes.
Just be a plateau so that you don't fall down.
Wow.
And that, was just the best advice ever.
Absolutely. And a very calming
Absolutely. And I
sort
needed
of,
that.
presence in terms
Yes.
of that inner voice kind of telling you.
I use it till today.
Yeah.
In my head, Gayatri
Yes.
says plateau.
She pops up.
Just plateau,
Equilibrium.
equilibrium.
The
Cheers
yeah.
plateau.
Yeah.
Maybe that's your third hashtag. Cheers plateau.
No highs and lows, just a
Cheers
plateau.
plateau.
Yeah, keep-
It's so visible here that you two really are the kind of women who lift each other up. I mean, we have enough women who are clawing down other women. And I think it's important for women to recognize that they need to be the support system of other women. And that's, you guys are a case study, if I may say so, of that. And, we've been just getting a lot of women who've gone through the medical conditions. And you're the first one in the episode who's come in terms of a support system. And that has come out so beautifully. And that is such an inspiring message to our audience as well. Keep this positive vibe
Yeah.
and sisterhood going.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
This has
Thank you
been
for
just a
having us.
fabulous session.